For us, action is like, it's of a piece with all the rest of the storytelling that we do. It has to be a strong expression of narrative and character at every moment, and that's how we find our way through action. And, it's like this movie, we had such an amazing cast, so many great characters. All the action sequences are designed around how we're pushing those characters through the movie on a storytelling level.
When are we going to get our Falcon Bucky road trip movie?
Wow. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Well, we're shooting a Weekend at Bernie's spinoff.
Yeah.
With the three of
Jeremy's
us.
the dead guy.
Jeremy.
I'll be Bernie.
Weekend at Bucky's.
Weekend at Bucky's. That's what we're doing.
Weekend at Bucky's.
Well, the chessboard on this movie was who sided with who, to your earlier question, and there were a lot of characters that went back and forth for a while before we landed on the makeup of the team. But in terms of the addition of Tom Holland as Spider-Man and Chadwick Boseman, who couldn't be here today, but who is unbelievably awesome as Black Panther, it came from the story. We didn't sit down and go, okay, we want to introduce these characters because we want to make more movies, and how do we wedge them in? It was, we are telling Civil War, we have Cap's side, we have Tony's side, and we wanted to bring in somebody who wasn't allied with either side. And Black Panther in the comics is great because he doesn't really give a shit about either of the other sides. He has his own agenda. And it was, I don't know, a quarter of the way through the development process where we thought this would be the time to bring in Panther.
You really were holding back a helicopter, too.
It was on a rig, clearly, but the first take we did, the rig, it didn't go far enough, and so you're kind of just, you look silly almost, and you say, guys, can we get it so it actually extends to the point where you really are trying to hold something? And they did, and you really do, all of a sudden you are trying to hold something. It may not be a helicopter, but regardless, it did something, and that's true. There were many days that I would come into Downey's trailer, and he has all these amazing contraptions. He's like, well, I was going to say another comic book character. We don't want to bring DC into this stuff. But he has all these amazing toys, and he really had all these little, stickers and weird things and like
electromedicine.
Whatever it is. And it actually was great. It's a mess again.
I remember that the first scene I had with Robert, after 5 minutes he asked me if I had allergies. I didn't understand the question. And when I had lunch and was eating my burrito in my humble little trailer, somebody knocked at my door and said, and he was sitting in a golf cart, and he said, you're cordially invited to Robert Downey's village. I said, wow. So I left my burrito. And then in the far distance, I saw that huge space with, 4 or 5 trailers,
Thanks,
lawn, palm trees. I had a 3-course meal.
Right.
Did you get a massage?
And then I was quite sad when he left because I was only invited twice.
That's everybody's goal every day is at lunch to see who is going to get invited to the village. And you get so jealous. Like the day he was invited, I see him go by my trail. I'm like, motherfucker.
I'm the Graydon Carter of the MCU.
Robert introduced me to quinoa. I was like, what is this beautiful grain? What are these little marbles I'm putting in my mouth? It's like, that's quinoa.
Now,
where do I buy this?
We had a good one. I wanted to have Sebastian over sooner, but he sent me this video of him just ripping out bicep curls with a decapitated Iron Man skull in the thing, and I was like, this guy's method. Now, let's find out what his allergies are. Feige and I were out to dinner last night, and you'd have thought they'd dosed our Bubby water. We were looking back at the last 10 years and all the kind of little miracles and the blood, sweat, and tears that had to happen to keep developing all these characters, and we just got kind of like, not in a self-aggrandizing way, but just kind of giddy and kind of super, super grateful at how things have gotten. But as far as the people who really have to hash it all out, I mean, you'd have to talk to Kevin and the team. I want to say, because I generally give no credit to writers, and I'll try not to do this again, that Marcus and McFeely did an exceptional job on this, which was a really tall order. There, I said it.